Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. So today I have got for you just a light-hearted, fun, language-related video. I'm going to be talking about 5 English words that Germans sometimes use wrong. But before I get into that, I would like to give a big shout out to today's sponsor, italki. I know many of you are fellow expats who are wanting to improve your German or learn German from scratch. Some of you are German who are just wanting to take your English language skills to the next level. So whatever your language goal is, I highly recommend italki. With italki, you can book personalized one-on-one online language lessons with professional native speaking teachers. Trial lessons start at just €1 and each teacher sets their own pricing so you can find one that suits your budget. Unlike traditional language schools, italki is extremely flexible and allows you to fit your customized lessons into your individual schedule, so you're able to learn what you want when you want. In my opinion, the best way to learn a language is through conversation with native speakers, and italki allows you to do that without even having to leave your home. Right now, italki is having a fantastic back-to-school giveaway where you can win free lessons for 3 months if you take your first lesson this month in September. There will be 40 lucky winners who will win lessons which are worth $360. And for all other users, you can get $5 off your purchase if you use my code Antoinette at checkout. So if you spend $10, you will get $5 off. Okay guys, so let's get into the list. These are 5 English words that Germans use wrong. So it's actually quite common for Germans to throw in the odd English word here and there amongst a German sentence. And most of the time these words are used in the correct context, but sometimes these words will actually have a different meaning in English to what that person thinks that they mean, and this can be quite confusing when that person is speaking English because they will use this word that they think is English and it actually means something different. Okay, so the first word is one that my husband actually will often get wrong, and even after so many years of speaking English, he still uses this in the wrong context, and this is the word messy. So in English, the word messy just means if something is a little bit sort of untidy. So just say I'm walking into my daughter's room and there are some toys lying around, and I'll say, oh, your room's messy, come and tidy it up. And so this is what we would use the word messy for in English, but in German they will use the word messy to describe somebody who is absolutely disgusting, like a hoarder. I'd often say something to Rob along the lines of, our house is messy, we need to tidy it up before the guests arrive. And I'd always be really surprised by his reaction. He'd be like really offended and be like, the house isn't messy, it's fine. And now I realize that his idea of messy is somebody who has not cleaned their house in a year and there are dirty dishes in the sink and rotting food, and you know those people that are hoarders and they don't throw anything out, so the house is just filled with rubbish and it smells. And that's what Rob means when he is saying that something is messy, and what I mean when I'm saying something is messy is that it's just a little bit untidy, like it's not dirty but it's just a bit messy. There are a few things lying around. Okay, so another word that often Germans will use wrong when they're speaking English, that is the word handy. And I can totally understand the confusion because in German, handy actually means cell phone or mobile phone. In English, the word handy is when something is convenient. So that's really handy, or you could say that's really convenient. And so we will often refer to a man that can do a lot of things, like he is capable of doing a lot of trade work, a handyman. I remember being so confused before learning the German language when Rob used to say to me, do you know where my handy is? I've lost it. And I'd be like, you've lost your handy? What do you mean? And it just did not make sense to me. And then I clicked what he actually meant. I've lost my cell phone. Do you know where my cell phone is? I can totally understand why Germans get that confused because the word handy is an English word. It's just used in a different context. So another English word that Germans will often use wrong is the word old-timer. And so in English, old-timer means somebody who is a senior citizen or an elderly person, and so that's how we would use the word old-timer. But in German, they use the word old-timer to refer to a vintage car. And this is actually a word kind of adopted in the German language, like this is what an old vintage car is called in German, an old-timer. My old neighbor actually has this really cool vintage car, and I remember once him saying to us, do you want to go for a ride in my old-timer? And I was so confused. I was like, what is he talking about? Do I want to go for a ride in his old-timer? And in my mind, I had like an old lady in my head, and I was like, I just didn't know what he meant. And Rob was like, he's talking about his car. And I was like, oh, is that what he was talking about? And it, you know, it did make sense. But old-timer is not what we would typically call a vintage car in English. Okay, so another English word that Germans use wrong is the word wellness. And so in English, the word wellness refers to just an overall feeling of being healthy and fit and eating right and just overall well-being. But in German, the word wellness translates to spa. So if you go to a hotel in Germany, quite often there will be a sign that says wellness, and I was so confused by this, but it actually means spa. There's a spa that's offered at this hotel. So for example, just say a German is in an English-speaking country and they're staying in a hotel, and they may ask, does your hotel offer wellness? They will get a very confused look. Okay guys, so last but not least, an English word that Germans will often use wrong is the word body bag. And so in English, body bag actually means a bag that somebody who has died is in. I often hear Germans referring to a handbag, you know those bags that you just wear sort of with a strap over your shoulder and they sort of hang on your body. Many Germans will call them body bags, when in fact a body bag in English has a completely different meaning, so they should really say a handbag. So anyway guys, that is all I've got for this video. As I said, it was just a fun, light-hearted video, and I actually think it would be quite cool to make a video talking about German words that English speakers use wrong, because I'm sure there are quite a few. Also, I just wanted to remind you about italki's fantastic back-to-school giveaway. I will leave details to that in my description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I would love you to consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you again really soon.